What is up, guys? Welcome back. In today's video we are testing out POLIWRATH against you guys, the subscribers. And so if you watched my prior two videos, at the end of the video I kind of wanted to reward the people who stuck to the very end and just give them a little opportunity to play me. So at the very end of the videos I said go on Twitter and hit me up with a DM, and we'll try to get some battles in just so that we can keep our skills fresh and sharp. And I know a lot of you are having Go Battle League withdrawals just like I am, and so I was able to battle 6 of you guys today, and I have I think 13 more people to go to get to everyone. So please be patient. I'm gonna get to you guys, most of you tomorrow, and then the next day, and we'll get some more battles in. And then we're gonna talk about Premier Cup after that, so stay tuned. Anyways, POLIWRATH. So I'm just gonna show 5 battles. It's gonna be like a Go Battle League set, and I tried out. Well, I don't want to spoil it, but the first battle is kind of funny, so let's just get into it. Alright, so you can see my team there. I actually spent 50 of my last 60 coins to get those white glasses, just to kind of complete the look, the Melmetal guy look. And so I'm throwing in Melmetal. I just thought it'd be funny to try this team. I actually looked up my Leafeons. I don't have any that are Go Battle League ready, so I couldn't use the exact same team. But it was funny, just doing it for the memes. Anyways, Melmetal is actually a solid lead Pokemon. I don't have Superpower though. It'd be even better if I had Superpower, because in situations like this, it'd be a really good move to have. But Rock Slide still does a ton of chunk damage, and so if you want, unironically want to play Melmetal, it's definitely a solid pick, and it's a good lead, because really the only thing you need to watch out for is like Swampert or POLIWRATH, or maybe like a Scavalier. But you can always safe switch into Cresselia, and Cresselia is a really good safe switch. Yeah, so I like Melmetal as a lead, but I'm not using it on my main team just because I don't have that second move. But POLIWRATH is the one I wanted to test, and POLIWRATH is really strong against a Snorlax, against Registeel, against even Swampert. Dynamic Punch hits like crazy damage for Swampert. And then Registeel, I think I said, and like a Scavalier and other fighters it does good against, but it doesn't do good against Cresselia. So Cresselia, you need to watch out for that one. And of course, like Venusaur, but you don't run into Venusaurs too often. So anyways, we have Giratina back in, and I'm actually gonna shield this one up, because they had a lot of energy, so I was anticipating an Earthquake. And shout out to, by the way, NF Kobe, I forgot to mention his name. Shout out to him. He's our first battler that we played against today, and he's running the Swampert and then the Escavalier. So this is a little tough, but I still have a Shadow Sneak for neutral damage, and so I'm just going to keep throwing Shadow Sneaks. I had a good amount of energy stored up already, and so this combined with POLIWRATH, we're in a pretty good spot. So just going to go ahead and throw a Shadow Sneak, and then I'm going to just let whatever charge move this is go through, because I'm not too worried about Giratina at this point. This is their last Pokemon, and we already have a pretty big lead. So just going to let it go down and then finish it off with POLIWRATH. I could just farm it down with quick moves, but I just wanted to guarantee the win, just not take any unnecessary risks. And so we take game 1. So thank you NF Kobe for the battle. Our next battler is against Denix, so shout out to him. They have different names in the Twitter names, so I'm just going to use your Pokemon names if that's okay. And they lead Cresselia, the one Pokemon that I did not want to see in the lead. And it was funny because he said, well, you said Cresselia was a good lead, and I was like, yeah, I did say that. So yeah, it kind of backfired against me. And then he has a Registeel, which is a good pick, and he's not lined up with my POLIWRATH, so even better. And so I kind of just I'm letting this Giratina go, because there's really no point. I don't really think there's any point in shielding. I'm going to lose this matchup anyways. And so I'm going to try to hope that it just kind of knocks me out so I can get my POLIWRATH back in there. But probably by the time I do, the clock will be run out. So yeah, so the clock's already run out. So I decided to switch in to Venusaur to kind of throw it off and make them think, why are you going Venusaur? Because I don't want to put in POLIWRATH right away, because then they'll just switch out. So I just come in with Venusaur, and I was just testing out Venusaur. I was thinking about testing out different teams for each set, because I think everyone would know my Cresselia team by now, so I didn't want to like be predictable. So yeah, I just went in with Venusaur and it did absolutely nothing. so we're not looking good. We're not looking good in this match. So this one I probably didn't really need to shield, but I was worried about Focus Blast, and so I shield and then I go for the undercharge here because I want to farm up a little bit of energy. So I'm able to get in 3-4 extra mud shots there. So that helped a lot. But you know, those moves don't do a lot of damage on Cresselia, so I have to kind of come in with a surprise swap there to Giratina to catch it off guard. And we get their last shield. However, they switch out, really good switch out there. And they catch my Shadow Sneak with their Swampert, so that was probably my last bit of hope to even win this match. And so I think they just kind of locked it in right there with that move. So that was really good swapping on their part. And so now I'm going to come in with Dynamic Punch, and I'm not going to shield this because I'm worried about Grass Knot on the Cresselia. So I'm saving my shield, and it was a good thing that Swampert did not have, you know, Earthquake. So that was good. So now I'm shielding this up just in case, but I have to shield it up anyways because both of those moves are super effective. Actually, all three of the moves are super effective. So yeah, and this does absolutely nothing. So this is just kind of inevitable demise here that we're gonna hit. And then Moonblast, and it turns out he was running just that one move, and so he said because he saw that video I made a long time ago, he was confident enough to use it, and it worked. So yeah, very good games there. Battle 3 is against another YouTuber actually, Calamon Toast, who does really awesome battles against the Go Rocket Grunts, and they're hilarious, some of them, because he just picks the most random like Shuckles, and he uses like low CP Pokemon, and he pulls out these crazy wins. I'm gonna link in the description for his channel if you want to see some the craziest, you know, grunt battles you've ever seen. Check out his channel. They're just so fun to watch. Anyways, so yeah, I catch him. I think I caught him on the lead there, and so we're doing okay so far. I'm gonna not shield. Actually, I'm gonna shield the second one. I've been finding by shielding the second one, we get the debuff again. Really bad luck there. But I did shield because I know I can get to a Shadow Sneak, and I thought if I can land it, I could win the lead matchup. So it works out for us. We do win the lead matchup, even though our Giratina is very weak at this point. It's fine. I switch out. I decided to switch out because I want to save that energy. Plus, once you switch out, the debuff goes away. So I feel like I could use that later on. And we get hit with Earthquake, but that's okay because we have Grass Knot. But then I was anticipating the switch, so I overcharge, and then he switches, and then he catches a Moonblast. So he has to shield. So his swap did not pan out the way he wanted. So luckily I was anticipating that switch, otherwise I would have totally messed up. So yeah, so we're going to go Moonblast, and this is, again, if he doesn't shield this, it's super effective damage. And so he does use his last shield. And at this point, I don't really care anymore about this Cresselia because I have a Dynamic Punch Poliwrath in the back. And so yeah, I'm looking like I'm in a pretty good spot. So I'm anticipating, I wanted to farm up a little bit, just to, if I did not want to get hit with Leaf Blade, so I swapped out right away. So I just did like a couple mud shots, but he was also anticipating that switch, I think, so he didn't use it. So well played on his part. But we're in a good spot. We got energy on Poliwrath, we got a shield, so this is looking really good for us. I can let this Giratina go, and then I can try to very carefully knock out the Swampert so I can get more energy stored up. I don't want to, you know, use all my energy because then I might lose to that Shiftry. So I'm throwing Ice Punch here instead of Dynamic Punch because I want to leave it with just enough energy where I can farm it. So now I can farm it, and here I'm just kind of worried. This is a risky move here. If he had Earthquake, it might have knocked me out, but I didn't think he had enough energy. So he comes back in with Shiftry. I have no choice but to shield, but because I have a bunch of energy stored up, I can go for the Dynamic Punch, which will knock this thing out in one hit, and then we can just go for the farm down on Swampert. So that was a very crazy match, very well played, very good games, Calamon Toast. Thank you for the battle. And then we have a Twitch streamer, he goes by PokeTrainer Dom on Twitch, so I'm going to link to his channel in the description. If you guys go on Twitch a lot, you might want to check him out. Pretty good. He's a really good channel to watch. And so he comes in with Cresselia lead, and I lead with Giratina. So I'm just going to go straight Shadow Sneak. This is the strategy. Don't throw Dragon Claw unless you're trying to bait. But early on, they tend to not shield, so I just go for straight Shadow Sneak, and they get the debuff on us. So we've been getting some bad luck with this debuffs, but the strategy is I'm going to go for the shield here, regardless of the debuff or not. I have to shield here because I can get to another Shadow Sneak, and I want to make sure I get it off. So that's exactly what I do. Just going to go with the Shadow Sneak, and it lands, but does very little damage. That's okay because we can still win this if we shield, but I think I decided not to because at this point it's low enough where I can farm it with any Pokemon. So, but then he switches. So I think that was maybe a little mistake there because he gave up switch advantage even though his Cresselia was almost dead anyways. And so, yeah, we're just gonna hopefully take advantage of that. But I don't really need to switch out into Poliwrath because I don't know what this Pokemon has. Mew has so many freaking charge moves that you don't know what it has, and so I'm taking a gamble by not shielding because I was anticipating that it had Overheat because that's a popular move to have in the Ultra League just because of all the Escavaliers and Registeels. Overheat is the preferred second move for a lot of people, but you never know. It could have like a Grass Knot, which is would be good for Poliwrath, so that's why I was kind of hesitant to swap in Poliwrath. But then he swaps in Swampert, so this is good because I can just go straight Grass Knot here. And it lands, so we do a ton of damage there. And at this point, it's low enough in the red where I can farm it so that I don't need to keep this Pokemon alive anymore. But I'm still able to get to another charge move. So just it shows you how tanky Cresselia is. It's such a beast of a Pokemon. And so now we're gonna get farmed by whatever it has left. But then we come in with Poliwrath, and I can actually farm this down. And again, I take a gamble here. Well, actually, I know if it's Overheat, then it's not a huge deal, so I kind of take a gamble. If it's Grass Knot, I'm screwed, but if it's Overheat, I resist it anyways. And it turns out he was just going to go straight Dragon Claw because he did actually have Overheat. He told me after the battle that he had Overheat, and so we end up just being able to farm this down, but I'm going to go for the Ice Punch anyways, just to seal the deal. And they'll shield, but I'll still have enough to get to another one. So great games. Dom, thank you for the battle. And again, I'll link to his Twitch channel in the description. And we got, so right now we're 3-1, I believe. So we have one more battle here in the set against JRskatr 808. I did battle one more person, but I'm gonna put that in the next video for that next set. So yeah, so I just wanted to do a 5-battle set in this video. So now we have again a Cresselia lead. So yeah, I'm really happy that we caught these Cresselias because it really works out for us. We can just go straight Shadow Sneak, and again, I usually will tank one Moonblast and then I'll shield the second one because I think you only need to shield one. Really, it's not really worth shielding twice, I don't think, just because Cresselia is such a good Pokemon to have in Poliwrath. It's good to have a shield to protect them just in case. Okay, so yep, shield, just like we've been doing, shield. So if you lead with Giratina and Cresselia and you want to kind of know like a good strategy, just go for that. Just shield the second one. Or the first one. If you're going to shield one anyways, it doesn't matter which one, but yeah. Okay, then he brings in Togekiss, and I have no choice but to throw Dragon Claw because we're just getting melted. So I could not get to a Shadow Sneak, so I just had to do whatever damage I could. And then I can come in with Cresselia, and yeah, definitely don't want to come in with Poliwrath because it's weak to Fairy, so you definitely need to come in with Cresselia. So I go for the Moonblast, hoping to get a debuff, and we get it. And so this is very good. So now we can, probably avoid shielding here and save it for our Poliwrath. But then he throws Dazzling Gleam, which was that was a surprise. I wasn't expecting that. And then I come in with Poliwrath against the Charizard, but it's a wing attack Charizard. I didn't even notice it until after this Dragon Claw came through that it was wing attack, which is super effective against Poliwrath. So very, very sneaky on his part, and so well played. You can see those wing attacks are just kind of whittling us down. If it was Fire Spin, it would have been much better for us, but yeah, we're at a disadvantage here, and I'm already low, so like if I don't shield, I'm gonna save it for the Cresselia at this point. And I go for the Moonblast, but we do not have that much health left, and so this is not looking good. and that Charizard just, man, farmed up a ton of energy. Then he does a perfect swap there just to add insult to injury. Tanks the Moonblast. Although I would have had I think I would have had to throw Moonblast anyways because it resists Grass Knot, so I could not have farmed that Togekiss down anyways. So I had to, it was checkmate at this point. I had to throw a Moonblast against the Togekiss, and the Charizard had way too much energy. I could not knock it out. So yeah, very well played. So we go 3-2 in our first set against subscribers. Thank you guys so much for those battles. It was a lot of fun. I'm gonna try to get up earlier tomorrow, and I'm gonna start messaging you guys back on Twitter, the ones that messaged me. And then we're just gonna do some more practice battles with Poliwrath. So if you do like Poliwrath, if you haven't tested one out before, a 100% Poliwrath is still a really good rank. I think it's like ranked 123. So it's like really, really good. You don't need to like search for those PvP IVs. If you have a perfect Poliwrath just sitting in your bag, consider that for Ultra League. It's a very, very solid pick. And on that note, we're just gonna end it there. So if you like that video, hit this like button. If you like this video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you guys again so much for watching. Hope you guys have a great night, and we will see you tomorrow.